Hello, planet Earth. Welcome to my YouTube channel. We're at IDK, my BFF Jill 730.
My BFF Jill 730.
I'm Preston L. Young, wishing you warm salutations and congratulations, as always. You've made your way to the Buffington Post.
You are invited!
So the other day on Twitter, Guy R and I were having a debate about whether or not it's right for Buffy to have gone off and tried to murder Faith at the end of season 3. He was saying she's a serial murderer and she's had several chances to not be at this point, and so she gets what she deserves. And I'm saying that it's not right to go and, murder teenage girls in order to feed them to monsters. Whatever, agree to disagree, but we started talking about the fact that the Watchers Council is kind of the reason that Faith is, super fucked up because they're really bad at their jobs. And so, Babes Watch Buffy, they've also been talking about the Watchers Council because they just got into season 3 on their podcast, and so they were talking in Faith, Hope, and Trick about the fact that not only does the Watchers Council not, communicate to Giles that there's, a new Slayer called Chillin' Out in Boston, but also that Faith's Watcher was totally, brutalized to death. Okay, not cute. So the Watchers Council, they kind of suck. And so I've been thinking about all of this, and I watched Helpless last night because I wanted to compare what happens when Buffy loses her powers in season 3 compared to when Buffy kind of gets her normal life or whatever in season 9, since I'm working on my season 9 wrap-up video. And I was watching Helpless, and it just got me super pissed off because I got this comment the other day from this character called Desi1790, and I'm going to read to you what this person, I'm guessing it's a he, said. It's a comment on my predictions for the upcoming issues after issue number 3 of season 11. And Desi says, "Jordan got me thinking. She's a bully. Would any of these new Slayers be able to pass the Cruciamentum? Buffy is the last Slayer to take the test and earn her Slayer title. All these girls have this power and none of them earned it. Passing the Cruciamentum, you earn that Slayer title. Watchers Council are a bunch of jerks, but it does make sense for a Slayer to not only be able to kick her opponent's ass, but she needs to outsmart them as well. I believe Faith could have passed her test. She knew how to take care of herself before the Slayer upgrade. In Season 7's Empty Places, Anya says Buffy was handed her gifts and didn't earn them. Yes and no. Buffy, more than anyone, has earned the right to be the Slayer. All these other girls are Slayers. That was long-winded. Always enjoy your videos." And so I responded by saying the Cruciamentum is a fucked up and barbaric practice. Desi replied to say, not saying it's right, just I understand the reasoning behind it. And so with no further ado and no disrespect to Desi1790, let's nip this shit in the bud. It's a Buffyverse discussion on the Cruciamentum. Here we go.
Here we go.
That's when things got out of control. She didn't want to, he had his way. She said, let's go, he said, no way. Come on, babe, it's your lucky day. Shut your mouth, we're gonna do it my way. Come on, baby, don't be afraid. If it wasn't for day rape, I'd never get laid.
So Desi claims that they understand the reasoning behind the Cruciamentum. There's no fucking reasoning behind the Cruciamentum. It is, as I said, a fucked up and barbaric practice. Basically, what you have is the Watchers Council coming in and playing with a power that is not theirs. They do not have this power. It's not like they decide who gets to be the Slayer. They're not the ones, calling Slayers into their Slayerhood. That's done by, the universe, or God, or, magic, or what the fuck ever you want to call it in the Buffyverse. The Watchers Council has nothing to do with who is actually called. It's their job to try and protect and guide these bitches, and they're really bad at it. Basically, you have these young women, and they have extraordinary power, and the Watchers Council wants to take some kind of credit for that power, which is misogynistic and just super fucked up, okay? The Watchers have nothing to do with who gets this power, and so for them to deem who's worthy of it and who's earned it is stupid, and it lacks reason, and it's It's fucking scary. Imagine the Watchers Council, what they're doing. They're saying, oh, you're 18 now, let's go to this house. We're gonna drug you up and lock you in with a fucking psychopath. It's equivalent to taking your daughter to a frat party and roofieing her before you let her out of the car. Hope you don't get raped and or murdered, honey. Like, that's what the Cruciamentum is. It's a way for the Watchers Council to try and have some kind of ownership and say in what's right for the Slayer power, who deserves the Slayer power. Buffy has not earned her Slayer title any more than anyone else just based on the Cruciamentum. She's earned that by staying alive for so damn long. Like, she is the Slayer because she's still around. And she, like, what the Slayer is this, like, perfect expression of, like, humanity and how, like, being a person is more important than being powerful. And so, like, you have the Watchers. They don't give this power away, and therefore they cannot deem who is worthy. There is no earning your Slayerhood. It comes to you. You're called. Like I said, universe or God or what the heck ever. They don't create the Slayers. And if you look back to who actually did create the Slayers, it's the Shadow Men or what the heck ever. And that's this whole, like, rape metaphor. They take this girl, they chain her up, they force this demon essence into her against her will. It's super fucked up. It's a rape metaphor. More misogyny, more fucked upness. And when we see that Buffy is trying to get, like, more Slayer power and they're trying to give it to her, what do? They chain her to the ground, and this demon essence thing literally tries to push itself up into her skirt, man. It's not cool. Like, the Watchers are, like, seriously fucked up. The Shadow Men are seriously fucked up. But the way that they do this Cruciamentum is the absolute worst idea. It makes no sense. The Slayer is always going to have her power. She's the goddamn Slayer. Makes no sense for them to drug her up and lock her in a house with a crazy. No sense. It's not proving anything. She's always going to have her power. The test is illogical. There is no reason behind it. When do Slayers lose their power? They don't! They just do not. They're always going to be the Slayer until whoop-de-doo, they're not. And Slayers die, like, all willy-nilly anyway, and so why would you want to throw one powerless into a house? Again, let's roofie this girl and send her off to the frat party to get raped and or murdered. It's so fucked up. And the thing about it is, in season 9, we find out that Nikki Wood, the Watchers Council put her through her Cruciamentum knowing that she was pregnant. What the fuck? And it's like, the Cruciamentum is this great big secret. Like, nobody's supposed to tell the Slayer about the Cruciamentum. She was pregnant. It's not like she's like, oh, you know, I really can't be pregnant right now because I got my Cruciamentum coming up. Nobody knows it's coming until it fucking happens on your 18th birthday. Why nobody knows it's coming is kind of a deal. Like, is that not in the Slayer handbook? I'm guessing it's not, since it's supposed to be a test for the Watcher and the Slayer. Either way, it's super fucked up. They take a pregnant girl and they're like, oh, let's take away your defenses and let's have you get murdered. It's fucked up, man. I can't stress that enough. But the point is, you know, sure, Buffy passed her Cruciamentum. Nikki Wood passed her Cruciamentum. But the real thing is, why'd they win? Why did they win? Well, Buffy passed hers because the psycho vampire had her mother chained up in a basement. And so, it's her familial bonds, it's her love for her mother that really is her driving force. And Nikki wins her Cruciamentum, she passes the test, because she's pregnant, and when she feared for her child's life, it gave her the strength to win. That's why they won. Not because they're any better, but because they love. They have love. They have compassion, which is something that the Watchers Council does not have. It's wrong. The Cruciamentum proves nothing. It is a bad idea. It's stupid. It's immoral. It's unethical. And at the end of the day, it's about men trying to decide what women deserve to have their power, which is fucked up. I can't get over how fucked up it is. And so for anybody to say that, like, there's a super reason behind the Cruciamentum, again, no disrespect, Desi, but No, there is not a reason. It proves nothing. It's not here for any good. It's, like I said, just so that men can have some kind of say in what power women have. And that's not what being the Slayer is about. And the Watchers Council, kind of glad they got all blowed up because this is the kind of thing that they like. And you know what? All these other girls out there in the world, they should be super happy that they're not going through their Cruciamentum and that they don't have to earn their Slayer title because it's theirs. It's not something to be earned. It's not something to be given from a person to another. It is a calling. It is what and who you are. And for somebody to drug you up and lock you in a house and just kind of like, doo-doo-doo, good luck, girl. It's so fucked up, you guys. So please, please let me know what you think of the Cruciamentum and how awful and misogynistic and just wrong it is, or not, in the comment section down below. I'm Preston L. Young. I'm sorry this got so fiery and I yelled a lot and I repeated myself a lot, but the Cruciamentum got me all up in my feelings. Hope you're having a great 2017 so far, everybody. Make sure to get your viewer feedback in for issue number 3 of Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 11 and issue number 1 of Angel Season 11 because I'll be doing viewer feedback before Wednesday when we get our new issues. So have yourself a great day today, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
My BFF. Joe? 730.
So Desi says he or she understands the reasoning behind it. And I want to get off by saying, get off.